All right, there we go. We are live. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome back. Happy New Year to you all. It's our first show of the year. For me and KQKC, man, we are the morning after, bro. We about to get it popping for y'all. We're gonna talk about all the fights from last night. We got some other big news in boxing to talk about as well. The hottest topics, and then obviously break down all the action. From what we saw last night. KQKC, how you doing this morning, brother?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Last night was big heavyweight action, and of course, I know a lot of people, or they didn't get that slow, that fast action like lower weight classes, because
Mm-hmm.
heavyweights they have to take their time and they got to place their punches correctly, or fatigue is set in. But I want to say congratulations to you. And I want to
Okay.
say, hey, great job and well done, man. You reached your goal, and now you got to set another goal and try to
Yes,
reach
sir.
that one. So and you're on your way, man. And I appreciate that. All right.
Nah, man, I appreciate you and everybody in the building so far that's supporting, man. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep working hard, and we're gonna make this the place to be every morning after a big boxing event, man. We're gonna keep
Yes, sir.
we're gonna keep going, man, for sure. So
Mhm.
before we get to the fights, y'all, as people start to come in, y'all be sure to hit that like button. We got the cash apps running down below. Mine is $ knockout boxing 86. Then you got KQKCs, which is $ 275 KQKC. So y'all show some love to us for the grind. If you can't do the cash app, you can donate in the super chat as well. But at the very least, as you come in the building, please, please, please be sure to hit the like button because that is free. So I didn't go live at all last week. I was on vacation with the family. So I got a couple of things I wanted to talk to KQKC about that's been because I've been paying attention to everything and I've been really watching the world of boxing. And one thing I'm noticing, man, it seemed like, and salute to everybody in the building. We'll do a roll call in a minute.
Mhm.
Once we get more people here. But one thing I wanted to ask you about, man, you seen what's going on with Leonard Ellaby, man? Is he okay? Is he
Who?
having some sort of midlife crisis, or why he
Leonard
so
Ellaby.
mad at everybody trying to fight everybody and stuff, man? What's up with Leonard, bro?
I think Leonard Ellaby reign is coming to an end.
Damn.
Because Floyd was the hottest thing from one while. If you
Mm-hmm.
notice, Leonard Ellaby, if you go back since Floyd was moved, man, a lightweight, Leonard Ellaby was right there with him.
Mm-hmm.
Then he helped him all the way to he got his promotional company. Now Floyd is kind of like not a has been, but he tainted his brand. He tainted his brand by fighting every chance he get, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
money thing now. Now you can't afford to make money because Floyd is a money man. Money makes his world go around. Now, of course, as Leonard L.B. bragged to Robert Guerrero's father, hey, I'm a seven-figure man. All right. Well, now he's not. And now he's kind of worried of how he's going to keep up that lifestyle. I really think that's bothering him. I really think that only one they have over at Mayweather Promotions is Javante Davis. You at first you had Badu Jack, you had the guys, making a little noise, but now you're not. So Little Allenby is getting mad at creators, content creators, and I don't want to mention no names or anything, and they starting to call him out on a lot of things, So hey, and Floyd. Listen, I always said this: Floyd loves Floyd. Floyd is all about Floyd outside the ring. He went to Dubai, and we know he has a private jet. But Leonard Ellaby wasn't there. He wasn't there. You stay here and you do this, or do you do that, So Leonard Ellaby feels that him and Floyd took that journey together, but Floyd don't need him now. You know, Floyd is retired. So Floyd want to just maintain his lifestyle, and I think Leonard Ellaby just can't handle it. You know, that's how I look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Leonard Ellaby, he threatening to fight everybody.
Yeah, man. I don't
He,
know. He's snapping, man.
Man, you go through his Twitter feed, he won't fight everybody. He won't slap the shit out of Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn just trying to get your guy a big fight. Eddie Hearn said he'll put Devin Haney in there with your guy. Shit, I mean, y'all don't want to get your pay-per-view numbers and shit, right? Like you don't want to let us know
Right.
what the pay-per-view did. And people like, man, they just being, I've heard them people taking up for it, saying how inaccurate the numbers are and shit, and how people are reporting. Let me tell y'all something, man. People hide what they're ashamed of. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like when Tank was shining with Barrios and shit, or when Tank was shining with who did he fight? Leo Santa Cruz. But they report them numbers damn near the next day, bro. They reported
Yeah.
the shit out the numbers the next day. Then
Right.
as soon as Tank do the Isaac Cruz, we can't find them numbers nowhere. They don't want to say shit. They
Right.
want to talk about Live Gate. They want to talk about Tank still being a star. They don't want to tell us nothing about what he doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the
Right.
thing is, when you build up, and that's why you got to be careful how you promote. When you build up like, oh, we the money team, we the money man, he the superstar of the division. When you start talking
Right.
like that and shit, people gonna want to hold you to that. People gonna want to be like, all right, well,
There
shit,
you
let me
go.
see how much money y'all getting in, bro.
Facts.
What's your
Facts.
pay-per-view? What's your pay-per-view numbers looking like? You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad because people want to see what's going on with you. You just want us to take your word for it. Like I ain't taking your word for it, and that's the problem is your product. You know what I'm saying? Your product is the
Exactly.
problem. Like if I go to Chick-fil-A, right, and I'm like, yo, I want some chicken strips. And they're like, all right, cool. I pull up to the window and they're like, man, we got this chicken sandwich for you. I'm be like, nah, bro, I want chicken strips. They're like, nah, bro, we know what we doing. You can't tell us what to do. We've been in
Right.
business for so long. You gonna take what we give you. And that's what he trying to do with Tank Davis. Like, we asking for chicken strips, i.e., we asking for great fights. We want to see him in there with the best. And he like,
Right.
nah, we ain't gonna give you what you want. We gonna give you this chicken sandwich over here. We gonna
See.
give you something else. And now you mad that fans is like, you know what, bro? It's 2021. Yeah, I want to see Tank fight, but I'm not paying for this shit because this ain't what I asked you for, bro. I
That's
asked you
right.
for something else. So since you want to give me this subpar ass product, I still like a little bit of the product, but it's too many streaming sites, right? It's too many easy ass fire sticks I can buy. All you gotta
Right.
do is type in how to jailbreak a fire stick, and you can be 95 years old, you know what I'm saying, with no technical skills whatsoever, and you follow
Right.
them steps, and then boom, you got every fight you want for free. So
Right.
if you want to ask people to pay a premium price, you got to give us a premium product. So to me, that's why he melting down, because Steven Espinoza is on his neck, the leader of
Bob.
Showtime
Yeah.
Boxing. Al Heyman is on his neck, who's Tank Davis' manager. The fans on his neck right now. And
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather is somewhere living his best life. Like, shit, I'm already rich. Like, that's a
Right.
side project. Like, Mayweather Promotions ain't shit but one of my strip clubs. That ain't really nothing I'm worried
Right.
about. So, that's your success, Leonard. Like, that shit is dependent upon you. I got you started, but I'm
Right.
gonna be rich whether or not this shit fail or whether or not it do good. Because at the end of the day, I'm Floyd Mayweather, and if it really get bad for me, I can go to Fox, I can go to Showtime, I can go to ESPN, and anybody I want will give me a job as a damn commentator if I really need it. They'll replace Sean Porter with Floyd Mayweather in a heartbeat, bro.
That's
So
right.
he ain't tripping. So I believe that's why Leonard tripping. Leonard out here, and everybody's revolting against him. The fans, the media, you know what I'm saying? Content creator, or a few content creators that are keeping it 100 that really love the sport. You got some that's gonna tell him he right regardless. But everybody's like rallying against him because we don't want to see the shit that he giving us, bro. We
Yeah.
don't want to see that shit. And that's
And,
all I got. But what you got on what I had to say?
well, now how many promoters? Now, little LB call himself a somewhat promoter. Brag, say your fighter is a pay-per-view star. Now, if you look at the numbers, of course, no one's never going to do the numbers that Floyd used to do. They never reached that number again. All right, what him and Oscar did, him and Manny did. All right. Now, what you call a star, you don't have to say that. All right, you don't have to say he's a pay-per-view star, because that is putting his back against the wall. That is forcing him to sell out every fight. So just say that, hey, he's a top fighter in his division or something like that. But now, what if you don't do good? That don't mean that he's a bad fighter. That
Yeah.
just means that I call him a semi-pay-per-view star. That's the word I use, because you're not going to sell out every fight. Same with Earl Spence. Earl Spence, they said it's a great pay-per-view, but look at his numbers. His numbers still great, but they're not as great as Floyd Mayweather's used to be, because this is a different era now. They pretty much know now what's going on now. They kind of hip to the game. By the time Floyd got to where he was at, it was too late. It was too late. Floyd ran away with it. It was too late before they caught on. So now Leonard Allaby is kind of like he's going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, he tripping out here, man.
You know,
He's
so
tripping out here.
you know, and I want to say shout out to Zulu Lion and that Cash App. I appreciate you, brother. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, I'm about to do the roll call, but the last thing I'll say about the situation is that all you promoters and boxers, like, number one, you gotta start giving fans what we want, because we hip to this shit now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never say stream a fight, because I buy all of them just because I love boxing. I want to support the sport, and I'm in a position where I can do that. But it's people that still want to watch that shit. Like, bro, we about to have the NFC Championship game, the NFL playoffs, the Super. We about to have all that shit for free, and you want to charge people.
Right. Yeah, he want to charge people. His internet messing up, but he want to charge people for the subpar fighters. I guess that's what he was saying. But you got the NFC, the Super Bowl gonna be on NBC. And like I say, the college bowl games, they do what, 100,000? They do 200,000. I mean, you can't compete with that. Then you got boxing. All the fans left boxing. They starting to try to come back now. So it is what it is. So what Knockout's trying to say is that both. Okay, he's back now. Look like, all right. Yes, sir, you back now. Okay.
Am I back? Can y'all hear me? I apologize, man. But yeah, right. I was just, long story short, I was saying you can watch all this good ass content. They got TV shows, fucking Super Bowl, the NFL player. They got all this shit for free that we can watch, and you want to try to charge us for some bullshit, man. So that's why he mad. That's why people on this helmet right now. Let me go ahead and do a roll call right quick, and then we'll get it going. We got Mike Rhyme in the building. What's up, Mike Rhyme? We got Shot Town's finest in the building. We got Ricky E245 coming through. We got Crush the Legend, Jermaine Bean up in the building. We got Zulu Lion in the building. And I believe, let me check something right quick. Yep, that's Zulu. Zulu, I appreciate you in that Cash App as well, brother. Appreciate you supporting the channel, man. We got G Parker in the building. Demetrius Bright, DB. What's up, Demetrius? How you doing this morning, good brother? We got Jay Cooley in the building. Crush the Legend is here. 24/7 King mentality. I appreciate you coming through. You said you was gonna come through, and you came through, man. I appreciate you, bro. Teach in the building. What up, Teach? Let's see. We got the homie Mr. Mechanical. What's popping, Mr. Mechanical? Nitty G, my guy. What's up with you? What's up with you? Who else we got up in here, man? St. Louis Mix, Luke KO, KQKC, and family in the chat. Smash the like button. All facts. All facts right there. Underground Asylum then came through. What's up, Underground? Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you coming through. Let's see who else we got. G5 Gabe, my brother. What up, G5? Y'all go all subscribe to G5 Gabe. He got his channel up and running, dropping content. You gotta show him some love.
Yes, sir. We gotta get him on one day.
And subscribe to us. Dark Kent 718. What's popping with you, Dark Kent? What's popping with you? Let's see. Oh, Stormy B, man. He be on right after us. So if you ain't tired of the boxing talk when we get off of here in about an hour, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go check out Stormy B, man. And then I will be on Stormy B Man's platform on a Saturday this month. He gonna do his Eye of the Storm with me. So y'all stay tuned for that information.
All right.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned for that information. We're trying to work out a day. I'm still waiting to see what my schedule looks like, what his schedule looks like, and we're gonna be on his channel. I'll keep y'all posted on a Saturday coming soon. We got Troy Soares in the building. What up, Troy? Salute to you. Bo Bowl is here. What up? NBA D Nice. What's popping with you, NBA D Nice? I see you. DP Rocker, my brother is here. What's up, DP? What's popping with you? Noel. The Christmas song. What's up, Noel? So I don't know the other guy, but salute to both of y'all. All right.
Kiss my mistletoe.
I'm knockout. Yeah, I'm knockout boxing. That's KQKC every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We the place to be, man, for this boxing talk, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. I think that's everybody. Yeah, that's everybody. So let's get to this. One last thing. We're gonna get to the fights, y'all. I promise. But I haven't been here in a while, and quite honestly, a lot of those fights, they're very slow paced. So we're gonna be able to go through them pretty quick, and a lot of them ended before the last bell. So it ain't much to go over. We're gonna go over all of them. Before we do though, KQKC, have you seen the Ring Magazine lightweight rankings? I'm trying to piss KQKC off this morning, y'all. I'm finna make them mad. Have you seen the Ring Magazine lightweight rankings?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I'm gonna read these rankings. I'm only gonna do the top 5. I'm only gonna do the top 5.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna read these rankings to you from Ring Magazine for the lightweight division, 135 pounds. Right? I'm gonna read these rankings to KQKC, and we're gonna get his reaction to him. Then I'm gonna give my reaction to him. We're gonna see if we can make him mad this morning. So number 1, I ain't got a problem with number 1. They got the champion, the unified champion, George Kambosos. He is not undisputed, y'all. I'm not getting into that shit today, but I believe everybody in this chat is real enough to understand he's unified. Not undisputed. There's a difference. So they got George Kambosos as number 1. I'm cool with that, right?
Okay.
All right. Number 2 is Teofimo Lopez. Number 3 is Vasily Lomachenko. Okay. Number 4 is Devin Haney, and number 5 is Gervonta Tank Davis. OG, what you think about those rankings, man? Hey, they look good.
That's a bunch of bullshit, right? That's what they're doing. They're a bunch of bullshit. Now, I agree with Kambosos. Now, he's not an A-level fighter. He's still a B-level fighter, but he's got the diva attitude now, and he got the belt, so I'm cool with that, right? And Lomachenko, of course, he's going to be up there, but he would have been number 1 if he had a belt, but he doesn't have a belt. Now, what the hell is Lopez doing up there? Lopez got the shit beat out of him the last fight. Lopez made an ass out of himself the whole year. Then you got Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis in the lower part of the top 5. I mean, Gervonta Davis doing what he's supposed to do, knocking people out. Now, I don't know what they're doing as far as picking and choosing as the rankings. I don't know what they're going by, but Gervonta Davis, he's undefeated. Devin Haney, he's calling people out, but people just don't want to fight him. That's the problem. You got to go around to different fights, begging your mandatory to fight your ass. That was just pissing me off. Then here go George Kambosos, sell your jury, right? Ain't nobody gonna sell their jury just to satisfy your ass. I mean, you said what you gonna say, and you said you gonna fight me next. Be a man of your word. That's all I'm saying. Be a man of your word. Then whoever comes out of that fight, you move on. That's what you have to do. But right now, Ring Magazine is kind of linked up with who? DAZN, right? They pretty much are playing off of them. But why is Devin Haney down there, down at the bottom?
Yeah, how the hell you linked up with DAZN?
Exactly.
Devin Haney down there right under the people he chasing. But go ahead.
Exactly. I know he's a free agent, but Eddie still speaks for him. So, but that ranking is all screwed up. Only thing they got right on there is Kambosos. Okay, now Kambosos, like I said, he has the belts. So we have to pretty much honor that number 1 spot. Now, I'm not saying that he's not going to hold him long time or anything like that because he's not that type of fighter. But still in all, he is the champion. He is a unified champion. Like I say, if Devin Haney had that belt, he'd be undisputed. But he does have the belt. So like I said, we're not going to get into that back and forth shit because we know what it is. But Ring Magazine had lost their damn mind. And that's what happens. And that's what happens when Oscar De La Hoya took over Ring Magazine years ago. They
used to be the boxing Bible, man. Exactly. That used to be where you would go. Like boxing fans, we had to get subscriptions to that. And that's where you would go to get the information because they used to have really good info. And they didn't used to be this biased, man.
I used to cut the pictures out and put them on my wall. Then they put Ronnie Rousey in there and first woman ever been in Ring Magazine. So Oscar just, like everything else, he touches and destroys. That's what he does. So
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. And King
Mhm.
Style, salute to you. That's me, salute to you. So here's my thing. It's so contradictory because I didn't want to read the whole list, but so they also have Isaac Pitbull Cruz number 6, and they got JoJo
Oh
Diaz
my God.
number 7. So here's my thing, right? George Cambosos, I'm cool with him being the number 1. He the champion. He this, he that. Like, okay, cool. He number 1. But Teofimo Lopez, who just lost, just got his ass whooped. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you only drop him from champion to number 1, and it ain't that he lost and he was beating the shit out of George Cambosos, and then boom, George Cambosos caught him with a lucky ass punch. Bro, he got his ass whooped, eyes all cut up and swole up,
Yeah,
dropped
look
in the
at
first
yeah,
round, beat up. Like, come on, dog. Like, how he number 1? He got to at least, I ain't saying follow him all the way out of the top 10, but he could be like number 7 or number 8 somewhere all the way up under JoJo Diaz or something. Because if
exactly.
you look at Isaac Pitbull Cruz, you look at JoJo Diaz, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. They equated themselves a lot better in their fight than Teofimo Lopez did in his fight, and they were fighting the better fighters. JoJo Diaz was fighting Devin Haney, and
Right.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz was fighting Gervonta Davis. I'm
Exactly.
sorry, like, I don't think anybody in the chat and anybody with any kind of boxing knowledge will rate, from a skill set perspective. I don't think y'all will favor George Kambosos to beat either Devin Haney or Gervonta Davis. So they have the better loss of the fighters in the rankings that just lost recently. So I think he should be somewhere way down there at number 8 or number 9 or something. Then they got Vasily
Exactly.
Lomachenko number 2. Here's my problem with that, bro. Does Orlando Salido, he don't exist. I guess Orlando Salido, that loss, they don't even count that no more. I guess we supposed to forget that he lost to a career journeyman. That's one thing, right?
Right.
The second thing is he lost to Teofimo Lopez, and it wasn't that competitive. So he got his ass beat by the guy who just got his ass beat, but he number 3 above 1, 2, 3 undefeated fighters. 3 undefeated fighters. This man got 2 losses, right? He got 2 losses, and he got his ass beat by the guy that just got his ass beat. Somehow he jumps over undefeated fighters because he beat Richard Comey and Nakatani. Like, did
Right.
he do something to those fighters that we don't think Gervonta Davis or Devin Haney would do to those fighters? And we don't. So we only honor the undefeated record and shit when it suits us, as Ring Magazine and ESPN and boxing, all these other articles and publications and
Right.
shit. So I guess being undefeated don't mean shit no more now, huh? It don't mean shit when it come to these American undefeated black fighters. And I ain't gonna make it a race thing. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I will say
Mhm.
these rankings is trash, bro. It
Yeah,
should
it's
be George
trash. Yeah.
Kambosos. Yeah, it should be George Kambosos number 1, and then Devin Haney or Gervonta Davis number 2, whichever one you got. If you want to hold weight on Devin Haney's WBC belt and you want to put him in number 2, that's cool. Then Gervonta Davis. Then you can throw Vasily Lomachenko in there. And then I even think that guys like Isaac Cruz and JoJo Diaz should currently be ranked ahead of Teofimo Lopez. The biggest outlier and the one that don't belong there the most to me is Teofimo Lopez, because he just got his ass beat. At least
Yes.
Lomachenko, he done came back. He got 2 W's. Devin
Mhm.
Haney and Gervonta Davis, they undefeated. But how the guy that he just lost, bro? Like, this shit didn't happen like early in the year and he bounced back. The man ain't even bounced back yet, and he talking about moving up to 140. How the hell you have him? How the hell you have him above
Right.
all these other guys, bro? So I
Exactly.
don't know. I hate those rankings, man. I
You know,
think it's horrible, man.
but like I'm looking at Derek Kent, what he was saying. You're right. They're not trying to hide
Facts.
this bias anymore. They just blatantly like, okay, this is what it is. Accept it. All right. This is what we think. Forget about what you think. This is what we think, and this is what we feel. All right. This is how it's gonna be, and that's it. Deal with it. All right. And
Yeah,
no, 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 no. That's wrong. You know. So, but now we're going to see what's going to happen with Lomachenko. And I know they're going to try to put him in a position to fight Camboza. Bob is trying his ass off. Now, he will pay for Lomachenko. He might not do it for Crawford, but he definitely would do it for Lomachenko. But
yeah,
still, hopefully, Camboza can keep his word and be a man of his word and go ahead and fight Devin Haney. I know we've
big
been
fact.
back and forth with this, but I think that's a better fight, and I think he can make the most money with Devin Haney. And plus, who don't want to unify? Who don't want to be undisputed? and that's a good fight, undisputed fight.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's a big ass good ass fight. And yeah, he right. They don't
mhm,
disguise the bias anymore. And
mhm,
Noel, like that's what I'm saying. Like you ain't gotta like Haney, but the fact that you would still put him number 2, that's just showing objectivity. And then Mr. Mechanical makes a good point. He says Kome and Nakatani both avenged Loma wins too, and they were versus non-champs, and now he's top 3 all of a sudden. Yeah, like, and then here's the
yeah,
thing: the people that Loma beat, man, like, are we sure that Richard Kome can deal with Isaac Pitbull Cruz? Are we
mhm,
sure that Richard Comey can handle JoJo Diaz? Like Devin Haney and Tank Davis got better wins to me, bro. Like Nakatani, can he handle Pitbull Cruz or JoJo Diaz? Like these dudes, they can fight.
yeah,
Like we can talk shit about Tank Davis pay-per-view as I did to start this live stream, and I've been doing ever since they refused to report the numbers, but that was still good competition. That was still a
mhm,
top 10 lightweight, way better than, like, I'm sorry, bro. Like I ain't saying I'm the best out here doing it, but to me, in my humble opinion, analyzing boxing and loving the sport, I think Isaac Pitbull Cruz will dog walk Richard Comey, bro, and
yeah,
Nakatani. I think he will beat the dumb shit out of him. So to me, they got the better wins, and they ain't never lost before, bro. They ain't
mhm,
never lost before. And then Devin Haney got a win against another guy they got in the top 10. They got Jorge Linares like number 9. Devin Haney beat him too. So I don't see how I don't get it. Like how the back end of your rankings, your 5 through 10 is littered with guys that Tank Davis and Devin Haney beat. And Lomachenko's is not at all, but you got Lomachenko ranked above those guys. To me, Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, that's a horrible list from Ring Magazine. So I wanted to go over that really quickly because man, that shit
so
had me questioning shit. What you
yeah,
about to
that's what
say?
I'm going to ask you, knockout. So Ashley, what do you think they're looking at? Okay, they evidently they're not looking at record. Okay, we know that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
evidently they're not looking at opponents. So
Man,
again,
I
so
believe what they looking at is they wallet, man. Like I think that those rankings are
bingo.
paid and bought for, whether it's
Yeah.
the Ring Magazine rankings or if it's the IBF or WBA or WBC or WBO rankings. All
Mhm.
rankings in boxing, they pay for mandatory spots, paid for by somebody, whether it's the champion who want to get a soft touch, i.e. Canelo versus Yildirim, or whether it's the challenger trying to butt his way into some unification fights like Stanionis and them did with Pro Bellum, trying to hurry up, and Stanionis and Butayev trying to get in
Mhm.
there and snatch Ugas's belt. I
Yeah.
think these rankings and these mandatories they paid and bought for. That's all
Mhm.
I can come up with. Like, and then even worse combination number 1. I'm gonna leave it at this, and we'll get into the fight, y'all. I just want to make a real quick point to y'all in the KQKC. So Monster Anyway just fought earlier in December on a Tuesday.
Mhm.
He fought a guy.
Mhm.
All right, now down at 118 pounds. This guy's name was man, I forgot his name. It was something crazy, but oh yeah, Diapan. He fought a dude named Diapan. Diapan got the fight against Monster Anyway as his mandatory by beating a guy with 11 losses, y'all.
Mhm.
He beat a guy with 11 losses. And the reason I'm bringing that up is the guy that he beat, Diapan, was nowhere in the IBF rankings, bro. Nowhere to be found. You couldn't find him before he beat this guy. He beat this guy. He immediately jumped up to like number 3 or 4 or some shit
Rocky
to make
Fielding.
him look like he a contender for Monster Anyway to fight him. Now, he jumped over by beating a guy with 11 losses who had already been knocked out 4 or 5 times. He jumped over names like Gary Antonio Russell. He jumped over Joshua Greer, and he jumped over Maloney by beating a guy with 11 losses, bro. So y'all can't tell me that these rankings ain't paid and bought for. I'm sorry, bro.
Ah,
Like I be going in and looking at who people beat and looking at the rankings every month and shit, man. That
mhm.
shit don't make no sense. So that's my answer to KQKC, man. They buying this shit. Ring
Yeah.
Magazine, like, yo, look, man. A lot of boxing fans follow us, a lot of casuals. Yo, Bob
Mhm.
Arum, yo, Al Heyman, yo, whoever. We got these rankings for sale. You know, get in where you fit in. Well, how much y'all
Yeah.
willing to pay for me to put your fighter up here? What's popping? And that's what I believe. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What
Right.
what you think?
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. I think it's more personal than on going on their merit. I think it's about business, and business is about money.
Mm-hmm.
And Rain Magazine, years ago, it was taken very seriously. Now it's a joke. Now it's a
Facts.
joke. Actually, like you said, it was the Bible of boxing, and now you can't say that because
Mm-hmm.
it's full of shit. So I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, we can't go by that. I mean, and that's a shame. You can't believe anything you read in Ring magazine.
at all.
So I mean, years ago before Oscar had it, I mean, they was right on the money with everything.
Facts.
So I
Facts,
mean,
man. That shit make me it be making me mad because that's what like casuals and people who don't really follow the sport, that's what they go
mhm,
to. And
mhm.
then you trying to talk to them, they're like, "Oh, what you talking about?" I'm like, "Bro, you ain't did your research." And salute to my wife. She just woke up. What's up, baby? Appreciate you coming through. Valerie in the building. And my
Hey,
likes,
down.
y'all get our likes up. Y'all get our likes up. They ain't matching up. I got more people in here than likes. I'm looking up and down at them, bro. Y'all smash the like button if you just came in. So let's get to the fights, man. Let's get to the fight. Just a couple of topics I wanted to cover. Before we got to the fights, y'all. I appreciate y'all bearing with us. I know y'all here for the recap of the fights, but this shit, man, we gotta talk about this shit. This shit they be tripping with these rankings. Leonard Ellaby out here fooling around and acting crazy. I wanted to get KQKC's thoughts on it. So let's do the undercard first. The big fight on the undercard. We ain't gotta do both fights, but I want to talk a little bit about this prospect Frank the Ghost Martin down at 135 pounds. Man, I know you hadn't watched it when we talked a little bit yesterday, but did you get a chance to go back and see the performance that he put on?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Man,
did.
what's your thoughts overall on the fight? Number one, because he was dominant, but number two, do you think Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, Lomachenko should those Teofimo, if he hit 135, Camboso should the 135-pound division be on notice? Do we look like the real deal? Just kind of break down the fight and break him down
Yes,
after watching him fight.
yes. I think he's going to be a problem, and I think he's going to be a problem in the next few months. He's under the uh, uh, um shit Earl Spence trainer, Gary
Derek James,
James.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's at the right place. He's at the right place. Derek James is teaching him defense, and he got a great defense, and he's a southpaw. And that's another good thing because you can do a lot of good sparring. Earl can teach him a lot of things that he hasn't learned because he's still a young pup. He still got a little green around the edge. There's a lot of things that he can prevent from getting hit as much, but still, in all, he's going to be a problem, and he's going to be a problem sooner than they think because he's the type of fighter. What I saw is that he's progressing. He's progressing at a rapid pace. And when guys like that progress at a rapid pace, they're going to be a star at a rapid pace. And right now, I think Gervonta Davis, and now he's a puncher. Yes, he is, but he's a short fighter. And I think that that he can pretty much, Martin can pretty much time him. Now, the problem is going to come in is his punching power. All right, his punching power. Now he's getting that power, and he's getting it as he grow. Now, keep in mind, he's still young. He's still young, and they gonna start getting their strength up. Now, I think he's gonna get that man strength, they call it, so much just like Shakira did. You can see the difference in Shakira now than 3 years ago. You can see the bulk in him. You can see the muscles cutting in him. So, but I think Frank Martin did a great job yesterday. He got the man out of there, and he wasn't. See, a lot of guys are southpaws. They left hand crazy. That's all they do. Left hand crazy. Block with the right, go down to the body. All right. But he was using his right hook like he's supposed
Yeah.
to. He was using his right hook like he's supposed to. Then he started mixing it up. Now, that's a good thing. You don't just, throw the left all day long and go head hunting. He was mixing it up, going upstairs, going downstairs, going upstairs, going downstairs, throwing the hook. Then he blocked with the right hand and going down to the body with the left hand. So, I mean, Derek James, he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Now he's got another potential champion because I see him in a title fight in the next year.
Yeah.
The title fight. Because, like I said, rapid pace, he can get there. He can get to an eliminator if he keep on winning and keep on winning with great with a great performance. Every time he step out there. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at his great performance he put on yesterday. That was a great performance he put on. And he was on national TV. And I mean, pay per
Yeah.
view. I mean, what national
On Fox,
TV?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They
you
really
know,
trying to push him over there at the PBC for sure.
yeah,
Trying to push him, make Earl Spence happy because you know he Earl Spence fighter or whatever. He
right.
Earl Spence fighter and he trained by Derek James. But the
Mm,
135-pound division, you got him, Frank the Ghost Martin. Remember the kid Jose Valenzuela that's trained by the Benavidez's.
right,
You got Michelle Rivera, the dude that looked like a look like Ali real son, Muhammad
right,
Ali real son.
right.
Man, bro, like it's some hitters down at
Yeah.
135 coming up. It like boxing gonna be in good hands. Like so, as far as the performance for Frank Martin, I thought he went in there and took care of business. I like that he showed good timing with those counter punches that he dropped
Mm,
Duno with. But you know, man, just if I'm being overly critical, I felt like he backed up a lot and used a lot of movement that he didn't have to.
mm,
He didn't have to move that much. I feel like he could have sat down and he was athletic enough to kind of sit in the pocket a little bit more. His hands were faster. I would like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, but he showed great timing and he showed he got some pop to really hurt you down at 135 pounds. And here's what's scary about Frank the Ghost Martin. He's 26 years old. He didn't
mm.
start boxing. He didn't start boxing until he was 18. I don't know if you knew
Okay.
that, but he started
Uh,
boxing late. And for him to already show that type
rapid
of natural
pace.
fighting
Yep.
ability and skill and movement in the ring, like that's scary, y'all. I know it,
Yep.
it may not seem like much, like, oh, you've been boxing 8 years now, y'all. Like dudes that move in the ring like Frank Martin and have the timing that he has and the punch placement and the natural fluidity, I guess I should say.
Mm,
Usually they've been boxing since they was little, man. When they can move
right.
like that, like look at how he looked from a skill set perspective. And Deontay Wilder only started a year later at
Mm,
19. And Deontay
mm,
Wilder don't look that fluid, man. He
right.
don't look he don't look that he don't look that smooth. He don't look that smooth in the ring. He don't have them type of skills. So Frank Martin like is a natural fighter that picked up that shit very, very quickly. And for you to
That,
be 8 years fighting and
mm,
already be a world class, to me, top 10 to top 15
mm,
lightweight, man, bro, that says something major about you. And let me tell y'all this. And I told KQKC this on his when he was calling the fights last night. Only thing I have about Frank Martin is the same thing I got about Jerome Boots in this. Can he take a shot from a world class opponent? If Frank
yep.
Martin can take a shot, if he got
Mm,
a beard on him, if he got a chin, he a problem, bro. He a problem, straight up and down.
mm,
I have absolutely positively zero questions about his skill and
mm,
about his fighting style, because he goes to the body, as KQKC said, he mixes
mm.
it up, and you can see him throwing punches to land something else. Like he threw a soft 1-2 one time just to get Duno to lift his hands up so he could land that hook down, that right hook down to the body, and
There
that's
you
the
go.
one he threw hard. He do little
Yep.
subtle shit like that you can tell, like, bro, the skill set it's up to par, it's on point. So I'm just worried about whether or not he can take a shot. Now, I know a lot of y'all got a favorite fighter in here, Devin Haney, Javante
Mm-hmm.
Davis. Maybe we got some Teofimo Lopez fans. Maybe we got some, I don't know, but you pick your favorite fighter, whoever he is. Yes, I'm talking about him. Frank Martin, a problem for him too. Whoever you think it is, he a problem. He's a huge issue. So I'm looking to see what's next for him at lightweight. As
Mm,
KQKC says, man, he like 15 fights in. I don't
mm,
want to see no more Denos or Romero Dunos and shit. I
right.
want to see him try to get in there. Like, shoot, Nakatani's a good opponent. Comey's a good opponent. Isaac Pitbull Cruz fights down there for the PBC. That's a good opponent. Like, he got to start fighting these
Mm,
top 10 to 15 dudes, because that's the way he get a shot. Do I think he get a shot in 2022? No. I think more realistic, 2023, he probably have a shot at a regular belt or something to be world champion.
mm,
But that starts with taking on better competition this year, and maybe obviously
exactly.
not a pay-per-view, but being the main event on a regular Fox card. You know what I'm saying? On a Saturday night where he taking on somebody that's a problem or some shit like that. So that's my thoughts on Frank the Ghost Martin. Very excited for him. I think he got a great trainer in this corner. And the fact that he been working with Derek James for 8 years and he looks that good, that just shows
Wow.
you to the
Mm,
point that Earl Spence says when he says Derek James is a good teacher. Like, you can tell that man Frank Martin been taught very, very well for him to pick up and look the way that he do, only fighting for 8 years. But You got anything else on that fight before we get to the pay-per-view card, KQ?
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. When you were saying that you would like to see him be more aggressive and things like that, and that's why I'm saying that those things can be taught as he fight more, as he keep fighting and he keeps stepping up or better competition. Those things going to come. Those things going to click. All right. Like when you've been fighting for a while and you talented, got a good ring IQ. Sometimes you can feel punches coming. You know how this your opponent is going to punch. Sometimes I can't really tell you, explain it, but you know them punches are coming. You can feel the punches coming. You know where they're going to punch or try to land at, and then you got Earl Spence. Earl Spence is a welterweight southpaw. Now Martin's going to be up there next 2-3 years probably. Now Earl's going to be gone. This is a good replacement for Earl Spence. Now, I'm not going to say they're identical because no fighters are identical, but still, I mean, this is a good problem that's going to have to be dealt with at lightweight. And yes, at junior welterweight. Yes, at welterweight. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so we might as well look forward to this young man because what I seen this morning, I think he's going to be a bad problem for a lot of people at lightweight right now. So, that's all I
and
have.
I'm tired of waiting. Like, Javante Davis, Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Regis Prograis up there at 140, Josh Taylor up there at 140. Listen, man, Frank Martin, Michelle Rivera, Gary Antoine Russell at 140. Like, shit, man, listen, I just want great fights. So I hope they get their shit together and start fighting, or one of these young guns gonna come start picking these dudes off. So they better get it together, man. Because as a boxing fan, shit, at the end of the day, yeah, man, I like certain fighters, but shit, you need the fighter, you need the shit to get out the pot, so to speak. Y'all need to either fight each other or make room for one of these young guns to make their legacy and build their name, so we can start following them and covering them more. So let's get to the pay-per-view card. We've been going about 45 minutes. We got 45 minutes left in the show. Let's do the first fight, man. These fights, they were entertaining. Some of them more than others. But the first one, we had that Victor Foust, Iago Colazzo. This is the one you was calling, OG, where I was like, man, we're going to have to talk about a bad stoppage where they were just knocking each other down. Seemed like every goddamn round before the ref eventually stepped in and called the fight. But just give us your breakdown of that fight and kind of your thoughts on the stoppage and what you saw last night.
Well, Kildare, I call him Kildare. Kildare and Foust. Both changed knockdowns. Okay. Both guys are not fundamentally sound, but still they were throwing punches and they was landing punches. Now, of course, both of them was getting hit with things. I think someone was flash knockdowns because they jumped right back up. But that stoppage was premature. That stoppage was premature because in boxing 101, if a fighter can punch back, if a fighter can fight back, he shall continue on with the fight. But yes, the referee, I don't know if he's a rookie or have you ever referee a heavyweight fight before? I don't know. But still, I think he had it wrong. I think he had it wrong, and that's why we have some issues in boxing. That's why we have issues in judging. But overall, in the fight, both guys was trying to establish their jab. Both guys wasn't really taking over the fight because one of those fighters needed to take over that fight, needed to dominate. Now, both of them was pretty much even on the playing field. That's what it was. Both of them was even on the playing field. I'm talking about even knockdowns, so someone in the fight and someone got to always take over the fight and make their presence known. But right now, of course, I think it was a premature stoppage. It was a bad stoppage. And this is what we got to talk about. Stop these stoppages prematurely. Now, looking at Deontay Wilder, look at Tyson Fury and Otto Wallen. I mean, look at those type of fights, okay? Look at those type of fights. Those fights went on all the way. And I'm talking about Wilder couldn't even stand up. Equilibrium just thrown off. But this guy was able to fight back. He was able to push the referee. I know that. So, I mean, he still was able to fight back. So that was a premature stoppage. Now,
made the ref forget where he was. Ref start cussing. Man, what the fuck wrong with you?
Yeah,
Ref
right.
was mad.
And I think the referee knew that it was premature because he started looking out in space like, man, did I do the right thing? And then everybody, well, hey, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up about it, right? But yeah, he should beat himself up about it because that was premature. And I don't blame Caldes for getting out the ring and go and just leave. Don't do interview or anything because it was a bad stoppage. So but the fight itself, I think it was a bad fight also. I think they just didn't have the fundamental style. And I know how heavyweights are. Fatigue sets in very fast, especially you trying to throw from the heels and you miss. And when you miss, that makes you more fatigued because you're not hitting anything, so but there's nothing really to break down. But the only thing about it is mostly was a bad stoppage. So I think if it would have continued on, then probably somebody would have got knocked out. So, but that's all I have on that fight.
Yeah. So, Mr. Mechanical, that's a great idea. I think I might do a whole video, Bad Ref of the Year award, Cheater of the Year award.
Oh my God!
Robbery of the year. I think I
Oh
might do a
yeah.
whole. I think I might do a whole video number bad award capper of the year.
You're gonna be busy all year.
I'm be busy. I'll be busy all year. But as far as the fight, man. But that's a damn good idea, Mr. Mechanical. I'm dead ass serious. I'm smiling, but I'm dead ass serious. Expect the video. Expect the video sometime this week with some crazy ass awards. Because we did the live stream yesterday where we gave our real awards. But I'm dead ass serious, bro. Watch, Mr. Mechanical. You'll see the video drop this week, man. But so for this fight, let me first just do the fight. So they knocked each other down a bunch of times. Neither one of them could get out of the way of a regular 1-2 punch. Ain't neither one of them gonna be shit in the heavyweight division. Okay, they were trying to hype up this Victor Foust dude because he's from Ukraine, like Usyk or Lomachenko. He ain't them, bro. He can't get out of the way of shit. Head on the line, feet of trash. He should have went to the Lomachenkos and he should have took them same dance classes and shit that they took or something when he was younger because he can't get out the way of shit, bro. So I don't think highly of him. I don't rate either one of these fighters very highly. So there you go. Faust won by knockout in round 2. Now to the stoppage. It's a horrible ass stoppage. And I don't mean to harp on this shit, y'all, but here's why I do it. And KQKC alluded to it. Like, we don't know these fighters, and we don't know what will happen. But when you get a bad stoppage, when guys can fight on or guys can have an opportunity to show what type of warrior that they are, you rob people of great fights. You rob yourself of maybe putting on an even better pay-per-view. Because remember, PBC was charging people for this fight last night. What if they continue to knock each other down every single round, all the way up to like round 9 and round 10? You have a potential fighter of the year on the first night of the year, and you don't even get a chance to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not advocating because I know these fighters can die. I'm not advocating anyone to lose their life, obviously, or get hurt seriously or no shit like that. But they got doctors on the side of the ring, and these doctors got to be paid to do their job. Like, if you the referee and you got questions, bro, why not say, hey, doc, come over here, check him out, see if he's okay. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, to where you had that, what they there for if you ain't gonna let them look at them first and then make the decision. And then and then also being aware of the time, because see, I be looking at the shit like, bro, it was 10 seconds left in the round, bro. It was 10 seconds left in the round. Why not let the man come out? You know what I'm saying? See if he can recover in a minute. If he can't, then at the beginning of the next round, let the doctor look at him. That way, if you the ref, you put it in the hands of somebody that's more qualified than you. You giving the fighter every opportunity to recover. So then that way, if he go out there and he get caught with something in the next round and you decide to stop the fight, now it's a little bit better stoppage because you gave him time to recover. You let the doctor look at him and shit, and you go from there. And then you also got to look at what's going on in the fight. This ain't a fighter that was, if he was getting his ass whooped the whole time, bro, then I'd be like, all right, man, I understand you stopping the fight. But the fact that he knocked the other dude down like 2 times as well.
Right.
So he was very competitive in the fight. Like, you got to give people in the competitive fight a chance to see if they can continue to be competitive. Like, who's to say he wouldn't have got up in the next round and caught old buddy with another right hand and end up dropping him or hurting him? So that's why I don't like the stoppage. It's more so when bad stoppages rob us of really good fights, or fights that potentially could be really good because now that fight, like, we won't remember it. Come March or May or April or some shit, we won't be talking about this fight. We won't know about it. We won't know. We won't talk about it at the end of the year. But had it went on and it been as great as it looked like it would have been for however long it lasted, shit, we might be talking about this shit at the end of the year for a potential fight of the year. And you rob that, and then also that messes up these fighters' paydays and shit. Because if they in a great fight, guess what? People gonna want to see them again. Promoters gonna want to try to book them again because of the last performance. Now you just took that from them. So I know you ain't supposed to put your hands on the ref, but we can't ask our fighters to be, to care and be warriors and be all emotional when it suits us, and then try to criticize them when that emotion comes out because they want to keep fighting, they want to be competitive. So I'm not even gonna criticize him. Shit, like, I understand why he was mad. At least my reply to that is, shit, at least he ain't punched the shit out the ref. At least he ain't attacked the ref. Shit, he pushed him like, bro, get off me. I'm all right. Like, sometimes shit. You in a contact sport. You did a bad job. He big as hell. He could have just clocked your ass. All he did was push you. So shit.
Right.
I'm cool with that. But that's all I got on that fight. Another horrible ass stoppage that we got to get up here and talk about on a Sunday morning. But damn it, I don't care if I got to talk about it every single week. If it's bad, I'm calling the shit out, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
that's just what it is. Next on the docket, we had Gerald Washington. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, I went undefeated again this week. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the prediction video, but I did go undefeated. Another great week for your boy. So just wanted to throw that out there. But next we got Gerald Washington versus Ali Demirezen. I'm gonna pass to KQKC. I'm just gonna very briefly say I don't ever want to see Gerald Washington in the ring again. No disrespect to him, but I think it's time to hang it up. But what you got, KQKC, on that fight? Gerald Washington versus this Ali Demirezen dude that ended up stopping him. In round 8, he couldn't continue. Man, what you got?
Well, of course, like I say, this is heavyweight action. Okay, big heavyweights. Gerald Washington was in shape. He looked very chiseled. He looked like he's ready to go. As a matter of fact, he started off round 1 working that jab, and he got that jab going pretty good. All right. Now, he didn't change up too much. He just sticking the jab on the back foot. Now, he wasn't moving, but he was walking backwards. Now, of course, his opponent was just walking him down. Now, I think Gerald Washington, ex-football player, ex-USC football player. Now, he's older now, and I think he's slowing down. And now he slowed down considerably a lot. Now, when he was a little bit younger, he still wasn't at that elite level, and that showed. That showed last night because that fatigue, and he started breathing with his mouth open after the second, third round. But as he's kept working the jab, he's trying to throw the 1-2. No good punch placement. He hit nothing but air. All right. Now, his opponent was pretty much getting under those right hands. Now, he was just swinging right there. Nothing on it. He didn't throw with means, intentions, or anything. He was just trying to use the 1-2, the 1-2, the 1-2. Everything was repetitiously. Everything was going the same way. Each round looked the same. Only thing about with Gerald Washington, he was slowing down each round. Slowing. Matter of fact, when he got knocked down, that was because 1, he got hit, and 2, he was fatigued. Now, fatigue, your legs are gone. Now, it's not like he was getting hit with a lot of body shots, because he wasn't. He just was older and tired and big. Now, that's a lot of muscle to carry around with you. That's a lot of muscle to keep moving. And like I tell everyone, your punches pretty much count, and you hit harder when you're not moving so much. Because of course, we remember the great Ali. The great Ali would pop that jab off while moving back, pop, right? But then when you stop, your power comes from your feet on up. And that's what Gerald Washington made a mistake at. He kept moving back, and his legs just gave out on him. It just gave out on him, and I think he'd be better off physically, mentally, just call it a day and call it quits and retire with a defeat before he get hurt. because he's
Yeah.
going to get hurt in there if he keeps fighting like that. And imagine if he fights someone that's better, a better technician, a better fundamental fighter, a hard puncher. You're going to get hurt, and you're going to get hurt real bad. So that's what I'm saying. So Gerald Washington, please, hang it up, dude. And you had a okay career. You made some money, and now it's just time, to move on to something bigger and better. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And salute to Rebel Life Boxing, bro. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you coming through, however long you able to be here. So, real quick, y'all smash the like button. I know everybody in here ain't hit that like button yet, so y'all smash the like button for me. If you can't donate to the Cash Apps, they scrolling across the screen. But if you can't donate to them, if you can't hit that super chat button for me, just do what's free, man. Let's get YouTube to share this because this is a great dialogue, great conversation. So y'all please smash the like button for me at the very least. Yeah, so and I'll give y'all one thing I look at. Obviously, I ain't gonna give you the whole formula, otherwise you won't watch the prediction show that we just getting started up. And for those y'all don't know, we made the announcement. We got the TKO prediction show. We also gonna start going live on Friday night. So no more prediction videos. We're only doing prediction live streams. So y'all be sure to come check those out every Friday night at 7:30. But here's the thing, man. One thing I look at is, just so y'all know, when I'm breaking down these fights, I always look at who I think gonna be going forward and who I think gonna be going backwards. To me, that's a huge key in a fight, right? Because number one, it's so much harder to backpedal, man. You get so much more tired. I challenge anybody, go out to the track. I want you to jog a lap, just a regular jog, one lap, get you a break, and then I want you to backpedal a lap, and then you tell me what makes you more tired. You tell me what makes you more tired. Your ass is gonna be tired backpedaling the whole time. And so I said one of the keys to this fight was, I believe, Gerald Washington. Not only is he 39 years old, he gonna be on his back foot the whole damn fight. So about round 4, round 5, he gonna be gassing out, and that's exactly what he did. He started off with a nice 1-2. It was nice and crispy in the first round. Then the second round, it was still crispy, just not as crispy as it was in the first round. By the third round, he ain't had no power. His legs started fading him, and he was done, bro. He was done. And so I just think he gets stopped by everybody at the top of the heavyweight division, even by some of the prospects, bro. You pick your favorite prospect at heavyweight. You can say you got Tony Yoka. You can say you got Jared Big Baby Anderson. You can say whoever it is. You can say you got the dude out of Croatia. What's his name? Hergovich. You know what I'm saying? Even Michael Hunter probably stops Gerald Washington right now. So when you 39 years old, and it's to the point where you pretty much gonna get stopped by everybody in the top 15 to 20, it's time for you to get the hell up out of here, man. It's time you done made some money. You done had some good fights. You done had a better career than most, I should say. So shit, man, it's time for you to get on down, bro. If you're Gerald Washington, I don't really think he gonna be too much more in the sport. So, but salute to Ali Demirezen. He's a good pressure fighter for a heavyweight fighter. He just doesn't have defense. He's very soft to the body, and I think in there with a better fighter, he won't do much. But he did enough to beat Gerald Washington. That's a pretty good name on his resume, and we'll see him again in the future because of that W. Next on the docket, we had the rematch, man. Jonathan Rice versus Michael Coffey, man. This one here, it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch because they both look so tired, man. They look gassed out from like round 4, round 5. Boy, they was sucking for wind like no other. But Rice won by unanimous decision. KQ calling that fight, breaking it down. What's your thoughts on the fight, man? What did you see, and what do you think about it, man?
Well, Jonathan Rice. Now I will say this: he's a great heavyweight that can counterpunch. I never seen too many heavyweights that counterpunch right away, and he was doing that very well. Now, Coffey, it seemed like he was kind of confused in a way, a little bit. He kept going from orthodox to southpaw, orthodox to southpaw, orthodox to southpaw. I'm not talking about round by round. I'm talking about every second by second. And then, of course, Rice with big hands, because I did an interview with him, and you can see how big his hands are. And when he slapped you with that right hand, he slapped you with that left hand, you feel it. And then he got a good right hand in on Coffey. And Coffey, who's supposed to be the next great heavyweight after Deontay Wilder, Rice messed that up. in the first fight because he beat Michael Coffey. So therefore, Rice, a big guy, came in at what 248 pounds. So these are big guys, and these guys was out of breath. These guys was pretty much standing there, and one while they were standing still, looking at each other. They were looking at each other like, damn. Every time the 10-second clapper come, they'll just say stop. They'll stop. It just say
Yeah,
okay.
they're like, shit, that's it. We only fighting 2 minute and 50-second round.
Yeah,
We ain't
exactly.
fighting no 3 minute rounds, brother.
Right.
Shit.
So then one might throw one, and then he'll throw it again, and then of course Coffey, he'll throw one, then here come a counter punch. So basically, these were two big guys, not necessarily fundamental, but Rice was a little more heavy-handed than Coffey. Then Coffey looked a little kind of confused, especially when the eye got busted. Okay, and he had that big gash under his eye. The eye started swelling. It started closing. Then Rice started tagging him with that right hand. He started going behind the guard. All right. That he looped that right hand and he got behind the guard, and that's how the eye got worse and worse. So
Yeah.
I mean, when you hit an eye like that and a cut like that, that's why it splashed all over his chest because it started leaking. So but Rice, I will say this. He was great with his punches. He was pinpoint on with those punches, and he did let his hands go. He might not have a lot of stamina. He might was breathing through his mouth.
But he was accurate as hell. You damn right.
Right,
Yeah.
but he was very accurate with his punches. Now, only thing I have a problem with, and this is not only heavyweight, this is all weight classes. I don't believe that a jab is faster by throwing it from the hip. I think you should throw the jab from up here. But a lot of guys throw it downstairs, and do this, do that. I don't think that's faster. I think you always supposed to throw the jab up here, but some people think it's faster, but it's really not, but it was a unanimous decision for Jonathan Rice. And so hopefully we have that interview next week. So he said he give me an interview next week. So hopefully that'd be a good fight. I mean, a good interview. And I want to talk about that fight because
Yeah.
I know they worked out. They thought they was in shape, but like I say, when you got heavyweights, that's why I like calling heavyweight fights, but then again, you're not going to have a lot of punches thrown because the more punches thrown, the more fatigue you get. So and of course, a lot of guys don't like to go to the body. Heavyweights go head hunting a lot
Yeah,
because
because they know one punch is all it take. They so damn big, bro.
exactly.
Rice was like 280. He was
Yes.
damn near 300 pounds in there, bro. I don't
Yes,
think
sir.
people realize how big that man is.
Yes, he came in, what, 283, something like that,
Yeah.
and then I mean he just was a big dude, and
Yeah, may he rest in peace, but he out there looking like Michael Clark Duncan from the Green Mile, bro. He
yep,
out there big as shit, man.
yep.
God damn.
Then
Go
you
ahead.
got them big heavy hands he got, and then like I say, he was punching through the guard, Coffey, then he started feeling the punches. Now Coffey made a big mistake, and I think it had something to do with fatigue too. He started leaning against the ropes. That is dead man, no man's land. All right, especially with heavyweights. When you start leaning on the ropes, you get the ropes because you're tired. All right, but that gave Coffey time to pretty much tee off on him, and that's what Coffey. Rice started teeing off on him, and that's what Rice was doing. Rice was teeing off on him, throwing a left, throw a right, throw another left, throw another right. Then he backed out. Smart move. Coffey was waving him in. Okay, you're trying to bait him in, which was smart for him to bag out. Okay, so he don't want to go in there and out of he can't punch himself out. So but it ended like it should, and Rice
Yeah.
did win unanimously, overwhelmingly. So that's all I have on that fight.
Yeah, I mean, Rice, he landed the far more damaging shots. You could just look at him and see. And for Coffey, man, like I wanted to put in perspective for y'all, like he ain't start boxing until he was 30. And he now 34 years old. So I mean, That's good. I mean, you main evented one time. You got beaten the main event by Rice when you lost the first time. But
Mhm.
then you end up on a pay-per-view card, only boxing for 4 or 5 years. Not a lot of dudes can say that. So I do want to give him that respect, but I do also want to say he got a decision to make because he did 2 tours as a Marine. I'm sure doing 2 tours, he probably still got some military money coming in, and he's qualified to maybe go do a lot of things. But I think boxing, if he's cool with being a journeyman, then that's on him. But the worst thing for a heavyweight is if you can't get out the way of a right hand, bro. And because I think Rice got a nice right hand, but I think it's a lot of heavyweight fighters that got a better right hand.
Oh yeah.
And shit, like Coffey can't get out the way of that shit. 2 fights in a row now. He
Mhm.
can't get out the way of a regular straight right hand. Like it's a 1-2. Rice caught his ass with a 1-2 and then maybe a left hook sometimes behind it. But he literally sat there for 10 rounds and kept beating the shit out of Coffey with a 1-2. A jab
Mhm.
and a straight right hand. And Coffey couldn't do nothing about it. He tried to roll it, couldn't roll it in time. He tried to put a high guard up. The shit kept coming through his high guard. And that's
He put
why
the
his
Joe
whole left
Frazier
hook, he
guard.
had a
Yep.
cut. He had a cut right here and a cut right here. He had a cut on the top and the bottom because he kept getting hit with the
Mhm.
same damn punch over and over again. And people let Rice's 6 losses fool them. And I did the first fight because the first time I picked Coffey. But after watching the first fight, I said, you gotta be a fool. I'll never pick Coffey to beat him again, bro. It's a bad matchup. Rice
Mhm.
beat the shit out of him based off of a simple 1-2. But for Michael Coffey, man, look, I appreciate the heart that he showed because a lot of them punches that Rice was throwing, them was knockout punches.
Yeah.
Them
Mhm.
punches look like they could put you on your ass. And Coffey, he took them and he kept trying to come. He just you can just see the inexperience because somebody like
Mhm.
Rice, he's fought a lot of top level competition. And like, yeah, he might have lost to, let's say, like he lost to F.A. Ajagba, but he took F.A. Ajagba 10 rounds, and that was a fight the F.A. Ajagba got criticized for because he didn't put on a great performance. Well, part of him not putting on a great performance was he was in there with Johnny Rice.
Yeah.
So Johnny Rice, he showed that he can beat those lower level opponents. Unfortunately, Mr. Michael Coffey, we do have to say you were a hype job because people were saying he was gonna be great and this and that, and he learned so
Mhm.
quickly, but he ran into the wrong one. He ran
Yeah.
into the wrong one. And I would just say better now than you actually really go get a shot against somebody with a devastating right hand and your
Yeah.
ass end up as knockout of the year. So, I don't want to. I don't want that for him as a former Marine serving our country and shit like that. But he got his ass beat. He got his
Yeah.
ass beat. Let me just say to Johnny Rice, not everybody get tired, bro. Not everybody get tired when they fighting you. So Rice do need to work on his endurance because he too can get in there with the wrong one. That number one know how to get out the way of a right hand, but
Mhm.
number two, they ain't gonna be tired by round 4, round 5. They gonna have a gas tank, and if your ass is
Mhm.
gassing and blowing wind like that, they might do something bad to you. So I want to see him work on his endurance. He came in about 10 to 15 pounds heavier this fight than he did his last fight. So if you do, when you
Right.
do get, I'm not gonna say if because you're gonna get that interview. When you do get that interview, my question that I would like for you to ask him is, why was he heavier in this fight than he was in his last fight? Did he have issues
Right.
with conditioning and training camp? Like, I would really like to know that because he came in about 10. He was like 280 something, and in his last fight against Coffey, he was only like 270. So I want to
Mhm.
see what I want to know what was the cause of that. But that's all I got on that fight, man. Good
Mhm.
performance by Rice. Did what we expected him to do, and then now for the
Mhm.
co-main event, we got Frank Sanchez and Christian Hamer. Christian Hamer was a replacement opponent. Um, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna let KQKC go first, but my overall takeaway, man, I was disappointed in Frank Sanchez. Now I'll tell
Mhm.
y'all why when it's my turn. But
Mhm.
KQKC, what you got on that fight? Frank Sanchez versus Christian Hamer.
Well, Hammer, he pretty much did what he could or what he had to work with, which was nothing but a high guard and come forward, a pressure fighter. That's all he had to work with. Then he started throwing overhand rights and left hand rights. But Sanchez is a different type of fighter. He's maybe one, maybe 2 steps up from Hammer. And like I told everyone yesterday, that he's come from that Cuban style boxing school. And that's pretty much lateral movement and pretty much knows how to get in and get out. But Sanchez was doing too much movement last night. I think a lot of that movement was unnecessary. because I just alluded to that your power comes from your feet on up. And
Facts.
that's why that Sanchez could not get Hammer out of there. Hammer was clapping his glove like, come on, bring it on. And now remember, Sanchez is a heavyweight, but he's not a big heavyweight. But he's a boxer, puncher heavyweight. And that's what he displayed last night. But everything he moved through, he threw overhand rights and he threw it with bad intentions, but Hammer kept coming. It did not stop him. So he's not a big puncher. At least last night he wasn't. But then, almost towards the end of the fight, that's when he said, hey, wait a minute. He's kind of big around the waist. So let me go to the body. Now, he should have went to the body from round one. That way he can pretty much go to the body, go to the stern, go to the left, right kidney, and get them pretty much and break them down. Now, of course, when you do that, your legs start giving away from you. All right. Then you can start mixing up your punches, going upstairs, going downstairs. And that's what Sanchez should have done. Now, Sanchez was pretty much doing too much movement and throwing the right hand, get out of there. Then move again to the left, move again to the right, left, right. And here come Hammer. Hammer, I mean, he had his head right on the line, and Sanchez couldn't get him out of there. He's just not a big puncher. Yeah, he can box, but I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to see him do a little bit more. I was kind of disappointed because I thought one of them right hands would get through the guard. But Hammer, big guy, but I still think he could have broke him down and pretty much got the win that way. He could have pretty much broke him down by the body. Then after that, then go upstairs and downstairs. Now I understand that Hammer is a big guy, and of course he could take a lot of punches. But come on, once you start breaking down that body, man, I mean, I don't care how big you are. That's more of you pretty much legs giving out and everything. And Sanchez, and he just didn't take advantage of it. I mean, Hammer had that stomach like candy. All right, it's like candy on Halloween. He could have went to the body right away, but he didn't. But you know what? No, too much lateral movement. Too much lateral movement. Now,
Yeah.
as Laura, he moves because that's the way he fights. He fights that way, because he's not a big puncher, and he knows he's not. But he's a boxer, and that's the way you fight. But Sanchez is a heavyweight. So, when you're a heavyweight, you got to make a statement. All right. You got to make a statement, especially when you're on a pay-per-view in a cold main event. And so what he did was he pretty much did a lot of lateral movement, threw a couple of good right hands, threw a couple body shots, and they did have steam on it, but not enough steam to get Hammer out of there. So that's all I have on it. But I was expecting more from Sanchez. So
yeah, and here's why I'm disappointed. So he got the win, won every round. I'm cool with that. But here's why I'm disappointed. Number one, Erislandy Lara, yes, he move around, he do that. But when you don't belong in the ring with Erislandy Lara, go look at his last fight. He get your ass up out of there, bro. And to me, it ain't a matter of Frank Sanchez's power. I just think when you have better feet than the person that you fighting, when you have better hand speed than the person that you fighting, when you got better counterpunching ability than the person you fighting, and you coming off the biggest win in your career against F.A. Ajagba, I expect for you to turn up. Like Hammer couldn't do anything with him. I think there comes a point in the fight where you realize a fighter can't do anything with you, and you get him up out of there because Hammer, like, it wasn't like he was throwing punches. He was coming forward. He wasn't throwing shit. And Frank Sanchez had an opportunity to put punches together, and he didn't. And for me, like, when I see Christian Hammer, a guy that went into the fight with 8 losses, he was a replacement opponent on like 2 or 3 days' notice. And of his 8 losses, he got knocked out 4 times. He got knocked out by a dude named Robert Greger that only ended his career with 4 professional fights, and he had a 2-2 record. You know what I'm saying? He got knocked out. Like, we talking about a fighter in Hammer who got knocked out by some dude named Maurice's Watch or Wok or whatever his last name is. He got 7 losses, and he knocked out Christian Hammer. And then Huey Fury. Nobody confuses Huey Fury with a top level fighter, but Huey Fury knocked out Christian Hammer, bro, and he was able to show that Hammer didn't belong in the ring with him. So I'm holding Frank Sanchez to that standard of I've seen fighters who I know for a fact, just based off of me looking at boxing and studying it, I know Frank Sanchez is more skilled than Huey Fury. I know he's better than that Robert Gregor guy. I know he's better than that Maurice Walker, whatever his name. I know he's better than those fighters. And for him, it should have been a fight where if it went the distance, it's because Frank Sanchez beat the shit out of Christian Hammer, and Christian Hammer just showed he was tough that night. It shouldn't have went the distance because in my mind, Frank Sanchez, he was being tentative and shit. He wasn't as aggressive as I like him to be. What the hell you going backwards for? And you showing all this lateral movement and shit when the guy that's coming at you ain't even throwing no punches. You ain't even make him show that he could hit you in the pocket. You didn't even make him show that he could put combinations together on you. What he should have did and what I would have liked to see from Frank Sanchez is you stand there and salute to Tim Muse in the building, DP Rocker, salute to y'all, Mr. Lightning's World. Salute to y'all. Y'all smash the like button, cash apps down below on there. Also, the super chat button is right there if y'all want to donate to the channel. But when you get in there, I want to see you against somebody like Christian Hammer. You stand there and you make him throw punches because he gonna open himself up, and you faster than him, you quicker than him, and then you can explode with some counter punching. So I don't like that because to me, that's a mindset thing. To me now, I'm worried about if you get in there with somebody that can cut the ring off, with somebody that is gonna let their hands go. What are you gonna do then? Are you gonna do what Rigondeaux did with Casemiro? Like, is that what we have to worry about with you, Frank Sanchez? And if you a small heavyweight, people keep saying he's a small heavyweight. Well, shit, they got Bridgerweight and Cruiserweight and shit. They got other shit you can do if you feel like you can't take them punches. But I don't want to see you wasting all your skills and shit running around the ring from dudes that you were superior than. So very underwhelming performance for me. Especially disappointing coming off of what he did with F.A. Ajagba. So hopefully he can get back in the lab and I don't know if you can teach it, but some aggression, some setting traps, some being able to really put it on guys that you way better than. Because if you can't put it on those guys, man, it's gonna be hard. Because all you do if you Frank Sanchez is you give other guys confidence. Now when you step up, dude's gonna look at you like, man, oh shit, I would have stopped Christian Hammer. Oh, you were running from that dude. Exactly. Oh, you ain't got no dog. I'm coming at you, bro. You just gonna try to run. I'm gonna make you fight me. Like, you don't want dudes thinking of you like that, bro. You don't want them to have that mental edge over you. So I thought the performance was lackluster. He got the W. At the end of the day, you win, you move on. Everybody's had a bad performance. We'll see what he can do moving forward. And salute to Las Vegas Leon and Pool Counter Boxing in the building. Gotta smash that like as y'all coming in. So we got the main event. This was a damn good fight. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared, man. Because I picked Luiz Ortiz. I was like, oh shit, what's Charles Martin doing, man? Luiz Ortiz, man, look, but he took care of business. But what you got on this fight? Because we got about 10 minutes left. We want to get to this last fight and get my last word. What you got on this Luiz Ortiz Charles Martin fight?
Okay, I'll be quick about, but I had Ortiz winning, as I said before the fight started. I had Ortiz winning because just the age, his daughter, the relationship him and Wilder had between both daughters with illnesses and everything like that. But Ortiz, I thought he's older now and he probably slowing down. Now, of course, Charles Martin, tall, going right after him. Get out there first round, throwing big right hands, right on hooks, then straight lefts. All right. Then he caught Ortiz right on the temple, knocked him down. 78 count. Got that. Okay. Came back next round, or I forgot it was the round after that. I'm not for sure, but he knocked him down again. Those 2-8 rounds. Now, make a long story short, Ortiz was pretty much taking his time and still trying to establish the jab. Now, of course, then Martin started feeling good about himself, and I guess the corner told him, "Hey, look, you winning, Charles. Okay, hey, keep on it, keep doing what you're doing. All right." Then some fighters, get a little bit too comfortable. They got a little too comfortable. And this is why Luiz Ortiz, this is why no one didn't want to fight him. This is the reason why he is a big puncher. This is why no one gave him a chance but Deontay Wilder. Not once, but twice. Because he's a high risk with a low reward. And he showed that last night. He showed that last night that one punch can change a whole fight. And that's what happened with Charles Martin. He got hit with that straight left hand, and he kind of curved it a little bit, but he got him right there on the right jaw, and it hit him flush. And I'm talking about real hard. He put his whole body into it.
Bro,
Now
Charles Martin was sleeping. He didn't even know.
that's
He got knocked out. He didn't know he was knocked out, bro.
oh man.
God damn. Go ahead, man.
Charles Martin went to a motherfucker trance, right? And I don't know, was he looking at the girl selling the beer, or was he looking at the Canelo? I don't know what. He just stopped and looked in the audience, right? Protect yourself at all times. That's the rule in boxing. Everybody should know that. And Ortiz did the right thing. Ortiz got after him. He wouldn't let him breathe. He was on him like white on rice. And Ortiz was throwing like a shoe shine body shots. I'm talking about, I mean, at that point, at that time, Ortiz and Martin, they were throwing the same amount of punches. But then here come Ortiz. Ortiz, pretty much, he was shoe shining. Ortiz wanted that win, and he wanted it bad because he started shoe shining, bam, 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 and man, and he was throwing everything, man. So, and he won. He won, and that was the exciting part of this pay-per-view.
Yeah,
And now,
that was exciting ass fight. He did that dance that the kids do when they do their hands and shit. He had Charles Martin just in there. He was just walking. He didn't know where he was.
I know he just
his back and everything. I was like, damn, bro,
he stopped. Like,
that's messed up, bro.
Did somebody call me?
DP Rocker said, "Which one of y'all kicked me?" Yeah, Rush Hour, bro. He ain't know what the hell that, bro. Charles Martin thought he got jumped, bro.
Man,
he thought he got jumped, bro.
I said, "What was he looking at?" He said, "He looking for that truck that just hit him."
He made that man start doing the Tootsie Roll in the middle of the goddamn ring.
Then he fell. Then he got his blood caught in the ropes, and then
bro, that's gonna be a meme right there. He got it.
Yeah,
his arm was caught the rope. He pointed to the ref like, "Man, my arm caught. I could get up if you let." I'm like, brother, you should just stay down, bro. You should just stay down, man.
Man, so I mean, that was a great win, and that was a title eliminator. Yeah. So I mean, so that put Ortiz in a pretty good position to be 42 years old. You know, so but I think that after whatever happens and next, I think that should be it because he's 42, and you're not going to get too many chances like that. Okay, and so I mean, it is what it is, and like I say, he was a dangerous puncher. He was a dangerous puncher because he hurt Deontay Wilder. Wilder had the fortitude to come back the next round, get it together, and get him out of there. So, but that's all I got on that.
All right? Man, Ortiz. So I noticed, man, Ortiz. He's 42 years old. This was a title eliminator. I noticed his daughter crying the whole time he was fighting. That's one thing I want to say. I didn't like to see that because she was worried about her pops. Right. But I don't think he should fight for the title, man. I don't think he should do it. I think he should consider retiring. And I say that because it don't look like he got his legs or his wits no more. It looked like Wilder took something from him because it's not that he was getting knocked down because he got knocked down in round 1 and round 4. He was getting knocked down with jabs and shit. Yeah. Like the knockdown in round 4, it was a jab. His legs don't look the same, man. Right. He don't look as sturdy on his feet. He don't take punches as well anymore. And sometimes when you get knocked, I mean, he didn't get knocked out once by Wilder. He got knocked out twice.
Right. Let me say this real fast. Let me just say this real fast. I was trying to allude last night about his feet and legs were too close together. Yeah. And that you just push him, he'll fall over. Yeah. You know? And he knows better than that. So you're right. You know, he's just not there anymore, the fundamentals and everything. So go ahead. I just want
even though like you catch a younger fighter that still got a lot left, if you catch him with a jab off balance, you might make him stumble and knock him back some, but they ain't just gonna fall. Like Ortiz seemed like he ain't as sturdy as as maybe he should be, and the man is 42 years old, but make no mistake about it, he a dangerous puncher. Shit, if he get in there with somebody, he a live dog against anybody, bro. Like he got that type of power. It's just that when you say IBF title eliminator, okay, so that means who you gonna fight? We got Usyk, who's the IBF champion right now. If he beats AJ again, or if AJ wins whoever, then Ortiz is they mandatory. Like, yeah, he could probably knock one of them out, but I'm worried about if they catch him. If they catch him, and then we got that somebody's making a point too. I don't want to laugh at it, but I mean, shit, is Ortiz really 42? You know how the Cuban fighters be. He could be even older than that. So we don't know. I
Right.
just know he
Because
don't look the
Sanchez ain't no
same, bro.
29.
Yeah, Sanchez ain't 29. Listen, Valerie was watching the fight with me, right? Valerie watching the fight with me. Last night I told her look at Frank Sanchez. I said, baby, how old you think he is? She looking at him or whatever. She like, oh, he old to be fighting, right? He like 38 years old. I was like, nah, they say he's 29, baby. He was like, damn.
That nigga ain't no
He was
29.
like, damn. And I see you, DP, but Foreman was special, bro. Foreman, like I like Luiz Ortiz, but I can't compare him to George Foreman, bro. I can't compare him to George Foreman, but that's all I got on the fight. Like Ortiz took care of business. I picked him to knock out Charles Martin. He did just that, but I'm worried about his legs. I'm worried about how he's gonna look. Because if you Ortiz in like lower level competition, I think he still get him, bro. I think he still get him. But if you Ortiz, do you really want to, after fighting Wilder twice, fighting the IBF title eliminator, he don't strike me as a type that want to go backward and fight journeyman. And my bad, 24/7 King mentality with that super chat. $2 in the super chat says Martin Lips say who threw the effing brick. Yeah, man, Charles Martin was out there. And for Charles Martin, I always thought something was missing with him. For him, he only 34, 35, but shit, he got a decision too. Because now at this point, you ain't getting the title shot, homie. Do you really want to go be food for these prospects? Because that's where you at. You gatekeeper. Like, you gonna be the dude that people want to test their fighters against it. Like, put a pretty good name on their resume. Oh, we beat a former champion. Like, that's where you at if you Charles Martin. And that knockout, that knockout he just took, that looked like the type of knockout that you don't recover from. Like, I think they need to check him for a concussion or some other type of shit, bro. He did not look, bro. How you sleep but you walking? He was sleepwalking in the ring.
Yeah.
He was sleepwalking in the ring, man. It didn't look good. It didn't look good. But overall, I thought the fight was a fun fight to watch. A lot of knockouts, not a lot of fights went the distance. So shit, it was a good ass fight. I ain't mad at it. But we to the end of the show. KQ, let us know where we can find you, man, when you going live.
Yes, sir.
And all of that good stuff, man. Then I'll give my last words and we'll wrap it up and get out of here, man.
Okay, yes, sir. But overall, that was a good pay-per-view. It wasn't an expensive pay-per-view. It was a good $39.99 pay-per-view, and Ortiz closed the show. So I'm not mad at that fight last night at all. Now, I come on Monday through Friday, 12:30 p.m. Central Time. Occasionally, I will take off Tuesday. Okay, so just get your heads up. Tuesday will be my day off this week. But I appreciate everyone that came in today to show Knockout and me some love today in the morning after show. Hey, look, we're going to have a good next 12 months of good boxing. All I'm looking for is unifications. That's what I'm looking for. And hopefully we get an undisputed fight at welterweight this year. So I'm right here on YouTube, KQKC Boxing Network. I appreciate you. And I come on Saturday mornings at 10:30. That's a call-in show. And if there's a fight Saturday night, I'm there. All right. I will call that fight and we'll be right back at it again at 9 o'clock every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. All right. That's all I got. Peace.
Yes, sir. And y'all can find me right here, Knockout Boxing 86 TV on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at KO Boxing 86 TV. Live shows Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And then we just made the announcement, but a lot of y'all weren't here. So I got a new live show that we starting up next week. We go live now every Wednesday night, but also every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It's called the TKO Prediction Show. Trust Knockout. I'm not doing any more breakdown of prediction videos. We only doing predictions on our live stream. So all the fight predictions for that week are going to be on our live streams, 7:30 p.m. on Friday nights. Now, there will be exceptions. If, sometimes Top Rank may have a card on Friday or something like that, then I will do a breakdown and prediction video for fights that are happening on Friday. But for all our Saturday fights, all the cards on Saturday, I'm now doing a live show Friday night. So for those y'all that like the breakdowns and the predictions or whatever, we will be doing them live now. So that's the big announcement every Friday night, 7:30. And then also me and KQ, we live together every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. We'll be over on his channel next Sunday morning. So y'all keep rocking out with us. We're going to keep talking this boxing every single week, no matter what's going on. So if you love boxing, man, y'all come through and hang out with us. But KQ, appreciate another great show. We appreciate everybody in the chat. And we'll catch y'all next time, man. Y'all be easy. Enjoy the rest of the holidays. Talk to y'all soon, man. Peace out.
Peace.